If I were a woman over 40 and carrying 30 extra pounds I could not seem to lose, I would not do what most women do. I would not crash diet. I would not start punishing myself with hours of cardio. And I would not go hunting around for the next magic pill or tea. Because none of that is actually what works after 40. And deep down, if you've already tried it, you know that. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Losing 30 pounds after 40 is not about doing more. It's about doing the right things in the right order and getting out of your own way. The reason it feels impossible is not that your body is broken. It's that everything you were taught in your 20s and 30s is working against you now. And no one ever handed you the updated plan for your season of life. So today I'm gonna give you exactly that. If I were starting from scratch over 40 with 30 pounds to lose, this is the exact plan I would follow step by step in order. And pay close attention to step number 3 because it's the one that feels like it should not matter at all. And it's the one that changes everything. And here's why you can listen to me. I lost 50 pounds and that was after 2 C-sections and one of the darkest times of my life. And I kept it off. And now I coach women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s to do the same without starving, without giving up the foods they love, and without living in the gym. And the women who actually lose the weight and keep it off are not the ones with the most willpower. They're the ones who follow the right steps in the right order. And if you want my Flat Belly Kickstart bundle, including my Flat Belly Guide, workout, recipes, then click the link below to join my Flat Belly Challenge so you can get into your favorite clothes again this summer. Step 1, I would build my whole day around protein. Before I touched a single workout, before I worried about cardio or steps or anything else, I would fix what's on my plate and I would start with protein. Here's why this is step 1 and not step 5. After 40, you're losing muscle every single year, and muscle is what keeps your metabolism alive and burning. Protein is what protects the muscle, and it's the most filling thing you can eat, so it actually ends the cravings and the constant snacking that pack the weight on. Most women over 40 trying to lose weight are actually eating way less protein and too little food in general, and their body is holding on for dear life. And when you're low on protein, your body sends you looking for quick energy instead. That's the real reason you find yourself standing in the pantry at night. Not because you're weak, but because your body is asking for something it never got during the day. One of my members, 52, came to me convinced she had a willpower problem because she could not stop snacking at night. She did not have a willpower problem. She had a protein problem. Once we made protein the center of her plate, the nighttime grazing simply stopped, and she lost her first 12 pounds without ever feeling hungry. So if I were starting over, protein would be the very first thing I fixed. Now this next step is the one that does the heavy lifting nobody gives credit for. Step number 2, I would start strength training, not cardio. If I were over 40 with 30 pounds to lose, I would not run on the treadmill. I would pick up something heavy. Here's the truth almost no one tells women. Cardio alone can actually burn up the muscle you desperately need, which drops your metabolism even lower and leaves you softer, not leaner. Strength training does the opposite. It rebuilds the muscle that makes your body a fat burning engine. So you burn more even while you're resting. And here's what most women do not realize. That muscle is also what gives you shape you are actually after. It's what pulls your waist back in and gives your arms and legs that firm, toned look instead of leaving you smaller and softer. It also protects your bones and your joints, which matters more every year after 40. And it's what keeps you strong and steady for the decades ahead. Another client of mine, 39, had been doing an hour of cardio almost every day and getting nowhere. Exhausted and discouraged. We took her off those endless cardio and put her into Focus 20 workouts built for her body. And in a matter of weeks, she lost 3 dress sizes and told me she actually felt strong for the first time in decades. I would not lift like a bodybuilder and I would not live in the gym. I would just start challenging my muscles again and give my body a reason to hold hold on to them. Now here's step 3, the one I told you to watch for. Step 3, I would protect my sleep like my results depended on it, because they do. This is the step almost every woman skips, and it is actually sabotaging every single thing else. If I were 40 and serious about losing 30 pounds, I would guard my sleep as fiercely as I guard my food. And here's why. Your body does its repairing, its rebuilding, and its fat burning while you rest, not while you grind. When you're running on too little sleep, your stress hormone called cortisol stays high all day long. That high cortisol sends your hunger hormones crazy. So by the afternoon, you're starving and craving sugar you swore you would not touch. And it makes your body more resistant to using energy the right way. So instead of burning that fat, it parks it right around your belly. So you wake up already behind, fighting your own body before the day has even started. You can do everything else perfectly, but if you're exhausted, your body will fight you the whole entire way. Another client of mine, 62, was eating well and moving her body and still completely stuffed until we looked at her sleep. She was running on 5 broken hours of sleep a night. Once we protected her rest, the scale that had not moved in years finally started dropping. So no, sleep is not a reward for the plan. It's part of the plan. Now this next step costs nothing and works all day in the background. Step number 4, I would walk every single day. Not as punishment and not to burn off what I ate. Simple daily walking is one of the most underrated fat loss tools a woman over 40 has, and here's why. All the movement you do outside of formal workouts quietly burns more across your whole day than any other single sweaty session ever could. And walking lowers cortisol, the exact hormone that tells your body to store belly fat. So it burns and it calms at the same exact time. Another member, 43, was overwhelmed at the idea of intense exercise. So we didn't start there. We started with a walk after dinner and nothing else. Within a couple of months, her clothes were looser, her afternoon energy crashes were gone, and she was sleeping better on top of it. And the beauty of walking is that it never leaves you starving the way hard workouts can. It burns fat without screaming at your body to eat everything in sight afterward, which is exactly what you want after 40. If I were starting over, I would not wait until I felt motivated to move. I would just walk every day and let it silently add up. And this next step is the one that keeps most women from ever finishing. Step number 5, I would stop starving myself and let my body feel safe for once. This is the mindset change that ties the whole plan together, and it's the exact opposite of what you've been told. If I were over 40 with 30 pounds to lose, I would not eat less and less and less. Because when you slash your food too low for too long, your body gets scared. It thinks food has become scarce, so it protects you by slowing down your metabolism and holding on to every single pound you've got. This is why the women eating almost nothing are often the most stuffed. Another member, 50, had been dieting on and off for 20 years, and her body was running on empty. When we actually added the right food back in, her body finally felt safe enough to let go. And she lost 19 pounds over the next couple of months while eating more than she had in years. Burn this into your memory. When your body feels like it is starving, it holds on to fat for dear life. When it feels safe and well fed, it finally lets go of it. So I would feed my body, not starve it. Step number 6, I would be consistent instead of perfect. If I were starting over, this is the step I would tattoo in the mirror. The women who lose the weight and keep it off are not the ones who did everything perfectly. They're the ones who kept going when it wasn't perfect. Fat loss after 40 is not a content problem. You already know broccoli is good for you. It's a consistency problem. Another member, 44, used to throw away an entire week every time she had just one bad day. And I used to do the same. When she finally learned to get back on track with the very next meal instead of waiting for Monday, everything changed for her. And the weight that had crept on for a decade started coming off for good. So I would aim for consistent, not perfect. Doing this at 70% every week beats a flawless plan you quit in a month. Because the plan that wins after 40 is not the hardest one. It's the one you're still doing 6 months from now on your busy weeks and your hard days. Now, I already know what some of you are thinking. Shar, I do not have the time or energy to do all of this. I get it. I was that exhausted, overwhelmed woman too. But here's the truth. You do not start by doing all 6 at once. You start with step 1, protein, and you build from there. You do not need more willpower. You need the right steps in the right order and a plan that does not require you to be perfect, especially in your season of life. The women who win did not white knuckle their way there. They built simple systems and carried through with them. Now I want you to see what this actually looks like. Take a look at this. She came to me over 50 and more than 30 pounds overweight, completely convinced the best body was behind her. She had tried everything. She was exhausted and she was ready to give up. And this is now. Look at her waist. Look at how she's standing. That's not a crash diet and it's not hours at the gym. That is a woman who finally followed the right steps in the right order for her season of life. And I want you to hear this. She is not an exception. She's what happens when you stop guessing and start following a real plan. So let's recap the exact plan I would follow. Step 1, build my day around protein. Step 2, strength train instead of living on cardio. Step 3, protect my sleep like my results depend on it. Because they do. Step 4, walk every single day. Step 5, stop starving myself and let my body feel safe. And step 6, be consistent. Not perfect. 6 steps in order. That's exactly what I do, and it's exactly what works when the crash diets never did. So here's your challenge this week. Do not try to do all 6 at once. Start with step 1. Make protein the center of your plate and just begin. Then add the next step after. And comment the word exactly to keep yourself accountable. Because I need you to really hear this. You are not lazy and your body is not broken. Nobody ever handed you the updated plan for a body over 40. And the 20-year-old influencers have no idea what they're talking about. But now you have it. And I have been exactly where you are. If you want my Flat Belly Kickstart bundle, including my Flat Belly guide, workout, and recipes, then click the link below to join my Flat Belly Challenge so you can get into your favorite clothes again this summer. I'll see you inside.